What is down payment assistance? Is it a pipe dream? Was it something available to our forefathers but not to us? Or is down payment assistance actually accessible in today's real estate environment? Here's the deal. Down payment assistance lets home buyers who are short on cash use loans and grants to help come up with down payment for a mortgage. These programs are sometimes not well known. So no, it's not a pipe dream, and it's potentially available to you today. Here's what you need to know. I also make mention that I use the Minnesota Housing Finance Agency, or as I'll call for short, MHFA, in a lot of examples during this video. I do this because I live in Minnesota and it's a widely used program here. Many other areas and states will have similar type of programs as well, so keep that in mind. Types of down payment assistance programs. Each agency and each program has its own approach to guideline qualifications. However, they can be generally divided into these types. Grants. These are financial gifts that typically don't have to be repaid, and in turn, they are obviously the most desirable type of assistance, but they are also the rarest to find, and usually have quite a few guidelines and restrictions tied to them. Second, mortgages. These loans are taken out to subsidize the down payment in addition to taking out the principal mortgage. These loans have to be paid back, although sometimes the down payments don't start for a few years. Second mortgages may charge zero interest, or they could charge a higher or lower interest than the principal mortgage, again, depending on the program. Forgivable second mortgages. We call these silent seconds. These are second mortgages that, like the name indicates, may be forgiven, that is, they may not have to actually be paid back, but there are certain conditions that the homeowner must meet. Usually the buyer will need to stay in the home for a certain amount of time. They can't sell, they can't refinance. Some allow you to refinance, and then other ones don't allow you to move out of the home for a while. The time period you have to stay put to get the loan forgiven may just be a few years or may be higher than 20 years. How much can buyers save with down payment assistance? A 2016 Reality Track study found that homeowners who use down payment assistance save nearly $18,000 on average over the life of the loan, compared to those buyers who aren't taking advantage of these types of programs. Now, that doesn't mean that buyers got that much more money in cash for the down payments, however. It's the actual assistance came to about $5,965 on a median priced home. So most of the savings, which would be another $11,801, came from the lower monthly mortgage payments over the life of the loan. Qualifying for down payment assistance. Not just anybody can use down payment assistance programs. They are usually intended to help specific buyers. While the programs vary in their requirements, here are some common eligibility guidelines. Have you owned a home before? First-time homebuyers are most frequently the beneficiaries of these types of programs, but that's not always the case. It also doesn't mean you cannot have ever owned a home before. If it's been 3 years since you last owned a home, you are actually considered a first-time homebuyer. How much do you make? Income caps are common for these types of programs. Most programs are geared towards lower to middle income buyers. But what qualifies as low to mid-income buyer depends heavily on your area. For instance, the Minnesota Housing Finance Agency, or MHFA, they have a program called Startup. This program, as of 2021, allows a 1 to 2 person household in Hennepin County, which is the main county in Minnesota with Minneapolis, St. Paul. They can earn up to about $76,000 household income and still qualify. Some other programs in the area use an 80% area median income amount, which for Hennepin County, this qualified amount is $82,240 as of 2021. Owner occupants only. Down payment assistance programs are not intended for investors, but for borrowers who plan to live in the home after they purchase. Primary residences only. People purchasing second homes or vacation homes generally do not qualify for down payment assistance. Geographic restrictions. Typically, down payment assistance programs are only available for these designated geographical areas. However, large number and wide variety of programs means that the odds are in your favor that there'll be a program available for you in your area. The MHFA program I mentioned before here in Minnesota has down payment assistance options for the entire state. So where other programs may be city or county specific, MHFA can be used anywhere in Minnesota. Buyer contributions. Often the buyer has to come and contribute some of the down payment of their own money in order to qualify for the down payment assistance. Again, MHFA requires only a minimum of $1,000 of the borrower's own funds. The rest can be used from the down payment assistance or from seller pays or a gift. Buyer education. This is usually a guaranteed requirement for many of these first-time homebuyer programs. Applications may only be fully approved after the borrower has taken an approved homebuyer education course. Now, with COVID, a lot of these have changed to be online, but many before that were in person. Qualifying for a mortgage. As the name suggests, many down payment assistance programs will only help you with a down payment, which is only a portion of the cost of a home, considering we still have closing costs and prepaids to pay for. But like most of this video, it's not always the case. The MHFA program here in Minnesota I mentioned before also allows down payment assistance to be used for both down payment and closing costs. That's why the borrower only has to bring in $1,000 of their own money, so then they can supplement the rest with the down payment assistance. As such, borrowers will only have to qualify under the guidelines of the corresponding program, including meeting the income, debt, credit history, and other requirements for that specific program. While these are the most common qualifications, there might be others that are a little bit more complicated than that. Eligibility can also turn on factors such as the size of the loan, the size of the family occupying the house, the people in the home, etc. The plethora of these restrictions means that the down payment assistance program, while it might be very helpful to those who qualify, won't be available for everyone. What type of loan can you use for down payment assistance? Down payment assistance is not necessarily right for or available to every buyer. The major benefit is that the assistance makes it possible for someone to buy a home who doesn't have enough money for an adequate down payment or for the closing costs. It's really worth a conversation to go through your unique scenario to make sure it, first of all, makes sense for you, let alone if you can qualify for it, and see if that lines up with your future plans and goals. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below, and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. If you would like additional videos or something in more detail on a specific topic, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to make a video on it. Until next one, I'll see you later.